I'm so glad you asked, because I think a lot of people think a lactation consultant is someone who's going to tell you the right way to do things. But what a lactation consultant actually is someone who supports other human beings in initiating, maintaining, and or stopping lactation, aka making milk with your bodies. And so what that looks like is sometimes we're working with people while they're pregnant to prepare for feeding their baby. Sometimes we're working with people after their baby's already arrived. Sometimes they've been, feeding their baby for a long time, or they're brand new at it. And it is our job to help support them in their goals feeding their baby, whether that's nursing directly from the tap, exclusively pumping, hand expressing, combining breast milk and formula in whatever way works for people, bottle feeding, and all of the things that go along with it. So it's a pretty big job. Stop trying to do it by yourself. What it really means is have people on your team who can support you in giving you the information that you need to have peace of mind and or make choices. There are lots of people saying lots of things on social media, as you all know. And I'm thinking of one particular person who I've seen on social media recently being like, don't trust lactation consultants who tell you that they support you no matter how you want to feed your baby. They just want your money. What I wanted to say to her, like if I could sit down in a coffee shop with her today, I'd say, has it ever occurred to you that I and many of my colleagues actually are interested in supporting people no matter how they want to feed their babies? Like that is what I dedicate my days in my life to. That is the definition of what I'm up to. That if you are Megan and you have a baby and you want to feed that baby and you choose me to be on your team, which is an honor in and of itself, then I'm going to support you in whatever way you choose to feed your baby. I really actually am. And I'm not saying that so that I get your money. When I say stop doing it by yourself, what I really mean is like we are in a lot of ways like being like, I shouldn't say that. I'm just going to say it. I am newly postpartum. I am not to be trusted. I make an objective decision when I recently grew a human in my body, got that human out, and I'm now tasked with recovering from the birth, caring for this human, trying to get some sleep at some point. Like I tell people all the time, and this was really something that came up as I became as I served more people as a doula. It's like, hey, lack of sleep colors everything. If you told me today's what, Thursday? If you told me that between now and Sunday morning, I was going to get newborn mom style sleep, and then on Sunday I was expected to like drive 5 minutes to the grocery store, I'd be like, I can't drive then. Let alone make decisions about feeding my baby. And so I say stop trying to do it by yourself because you're exhausted and overwhelmed. And that doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. It doesn't mean you're not a capable person. It just means you're really freaking tired, dude. What I usually say to people is, who's on your team? Like, let's gather your team. And sometimes a lactation consultant isn't the only person who gets to be on the team. Like sometimes if a baby, like I'm working with some clients whose babies have some bottle challenges, and sometimes we need to bring an occupational therapist, a speech and language pathologist, a physical therapist, a cranial sacral therapist, like, various other professionals onto the team. And it's always in the name of that person having an optimal experience. And what I really mean by optimal is that the experience goes the way that they would choose to go. It doesn't necessarily mean it looks exactly how they thought, but they're supported throughout. It doesn't take as much time and energy to like resolve something that's not working because you know exactly who to go to, or you've been through it before, or you know the tools, you know your options. Like I want people to know their options, and I want people to know who their people are. The most important thing that I want to share with anybody out there is that you deserve to be cared for. Like the vast majority of us are excellent at caring for our children and not as good at caring for ourselves. And then we all have those moments where it's like, someone just take care of me right now. And I just want each and every one of you to know that like you are deserving of care, and great care, compassionate care, complete care, care that meets you exactly where you are so that you can have the things that are important to you in feeding your baby and other parts of your life.